Can you imagine a planet where diamonds rain from the sky, yet temperatures soar to 2040 degrees Celsius, melting everything in their path? This is not science fiction, but a real discovery made by JWST in December 2025. In the eerily overwhelming stillness of the void, where light takes millennia to cross veils of nebular mist, humanity has finally detected an unusual heartbeat. It is not a gentle planet resting within a habitable zone, but a pitiful survivor performing a death dance around a pulsar, the cold yet immensely powerful corpse of an exploded star. With an investment of $10 billion USD, the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, pulled off a feat of thread the needle through blinding light, capturing faint infrared signals from a distance of 1,100 light-years. Amid misleading rumors claiming this object orbited Mars, the truth turned out to be far more dramatic. PSR J2322-2650b is imprisoned in a toxic relationship with a neutron star spinning at a frantic 300 rotations per second. Imagine a world 250 times heavier than Earth, yet stretched into a lemon-like shape by brutal tidal forces. A year there ends in just 7.8 hours shorter than a single night's sleep. The mere 1.6 million kilometers separating it from its host star is like an ember in a roaring fire, where gamma radiation roasts every hope for life. Though it bears the glittering title of a diamond planet, in reality, it is a relic from cosmic dawn, a white dwarf stripped of its outer layers to expose a naked carbon core. This is not a treasure, but a warning about the cruelty of the universe, where wealth is purchased at the price of eternal destruction. In the eerily overwhelming stillness of the void, truth often hides behind decades of silence. The story of PSR J2322-2650b did not begin with dazzling images, but with bodiless whispers, radio signals captured by the Parkes Observatory in Australia in 2017. At the time, it was little more than an infuriatingly elusive ghost, a presence inferred only through minute fluctuations in the heartbeat of its parent pulsar. It was there, flickering in and out of a cosmic game of hide and seek, defying every attempt by humanity to define its true nature. Then came the great turning point in the final days of 2025. The James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, armed with its all-seeing infrared eyes, performed a feat of threading the needle through blinding light. Under normal circumstances, the fierce glare of a star would drown out any surrounding planet, but a pulsar is a paradox. It screams in gamma rays, yet falls strangely silent in the infrared. This strategic silence allowed the NIRSPEC and MIRI instruments to probe the planet's atmosphere without being blinded. Over 10 breathless hours of observation, JWST disentangled more than 1,000 spectral lines, achieving a level of precision with unprecedented statistical significance. A paper published in the astrophysical journal Letters on the 16th of December 2025 laid bare a brutal reality. This is a Black Widow system. Like a cold-blooded predator, the pulsar star is using torrents of lethal radiation to slowly consume its companion. From the faint, fragmented radio signals of 2017, JWST transformed a ghost into a vivid portrait, a relic from cosmic dawn being burned away. The data speaks not only of redshift or orbital eccentricity, but of a grand sacrifice. That planet, which may once have been a proud white dwarf, is now little more than a warm stone after sunset, quietly dissolving in the searing breath of a merciless Black Widow. When JWST's spectroscopic veil was lifted, a wave of shock swept through NASA's control rooms. What the heck is this? The question blurted out into the silence marked the moment when every traditional model of planetary science collapsed. No hydrogen, no water, no methane or oxygen. The very lifeblood of life and planetary structure was completely absent, leaving behind an infuriatingly elusive void. In its place emerged a grotesque atmosphere, 70–90% helium, interwoven with dense bands of molecular carbon, C2 and C3. This was a reality that had appeared once, then gone in only the most unhinged hypotheses, now stepping fully into the light. But the strangeness was only beginning. Beneath layers of soot, clouds black as ink, where cyclonic winds howl at speeds of kilometers per second, something surreal is unfolding. At depths of several thousand kilometers, under pressures of millions of atmospheres, carbon is crushed until it can no longer breathe, crystallizing into graphite and then transmuting into diamond. Eternal diamond rain falls through space, forging a gemstone core thousands of kilometers thick, a dazzling treasure imprisoned in a fiery hell, where the dayside temperature reaches 2040 degrees Celsius, burning like an ember in a roaring fire. Its very shape is an insult to celestial geometry. Not a perfect sphere, PSR J2322-2650b is stretched and twisted by the pulsar's tidal forces into a colossal lemon, distorted by as much as 25%. With a mass comparable to Jupiter, yet the heart of a dead star, it is a relic from cosmic dawn. Scientists speculate that this is the remnant of a white dwarf, stripped to the bone by its black widow pulsar, its entire lightweight hydrogen envelope torn away and lost to the void. In the cold emptiness of space, this planet stands as a paradox of opulence and brutality. No hydrogen, no water, nothing but carbon and diamonds falling through black smoke. This is the climax of a cosmic tragedy, where matter is driven to its absolute limits, challenging everything we thought we knew about just how strange a world can become. To understand why such a bizarre entity can exist, we must swim backward through time into the decades of silence of the past, where a brutal life and death script once unfolded. PSR J2322-2650b was not born from gentle clouds of dust like Earth. It is a relic from cosmic dawn, a survivor of a catastrophic supernova explosion. The most unsettling scientific hypothesis suggests that this planet was once a proud white dwarf star, but a merciless fate hurled it into the grasp of a black widow. This relationship is not symbiosis, but an uncompromising act of material exploitation. The parent pulsar, spinning madly at 300 rotations per second, continuously unleashes gamma-ray beams that sweep through space like blades of light. Under this terrifying heat, like an ember in a roaring fire, the planet's lightweight hydrogen envelope was blasted into the void at a rate of thousands of tons per second. What remains today is only a naked core of helium and carbon, compressed until it crystallized into gemstones. This is a painful metamorphosis, a brutal reincarnation, where life never once had the chance to spark within any true habitable zone. Its existence now is nothing more than a cosmic hide-and-seek game with death. The planet's orbit is steadily shrinking due to the loss of angular momentum, with an in-spiral rate of roughly 0.1 milliseconds per year. Like a cosmic horror film slowly advancing toward its final act, the planet is being gradually devoured by the merciless Black Widow. It appeared once, then gone as a star, only to be reborn as a warped diamond planet, and will ultimately melt away completely in the breath of its predator. In a few million years, this ghost will vanish forever, leaving behind a silent void as if it had never existed at all, nothing remaining but distant, red-shifted spectral lines as evidence of a life stripped to its very end. In the bone-chilling silence of the void, the fate of PSR J2322-2650b is not a mystery, but a sentence already written. The coming decades of silence will witness the final chapter of an astronomical tragedy, where time is not measured in breaths, but in the gradual tightening of a fatal orbit. Each 7.8-hour revolution marks one step closer to annihilation, a cosmic hide-and-seek game in which the loser is inevitably the poor, lemon-shaped jewel. According to calculations with the highest statistical significance, at an in-spiral rate of about 0.1 milliseconds per year, This planet has only 1 to 10 million years left before being completely consumed by the pulsar. It is being stripped away without mercy. The last layers of helium and carbon are being blown off by pulsar winds, forming a ribbon of light stretching millions of kilometers through the darkness, and appeared once, then gone spectacle of terrible beauty. This is not a world with any possibility of life-bearing potential, but a relic from cosmic dawn, melting away like an ember in a roaring fire. The greatest challenge facing scientists today is deciphering why carbon here exists in pure $C, $2, and $C, $3 forms without bonding to oxygen, an infuriatingly elusive anomaly in planetary chemistry. JWST has threaded the needle through blinding light to show us these final moments. Yet questions remain about how many other diamond undead, like this, may still be hiding out there. PSR J2322-2650b may disappear into eternal emptiness, but it has already etched a red-shifted mark into human history, a reminder that even the hardest substance, diamond itself, cannot withstand the indifference of time and gravity. In the bone-chilling silence of the void, the fate of PSR J2322-2650b is not a mystery, but a sentence already written. The coming decades of silence will witness the final chapter of an astronomical tragedy, where time is not measured in breaths, but in the gradual tightening of a death spiral. Each 7.8-hour orbit that passes is one step closer to annihilation, a cosmic hide-and-seek game in which the loser is inevitably the poor, lemon-shaped jewel. According to calculations with the highest statistical significance, at an in-spiral rate of roughly 0.1 milliseconds per year, this planet has only about 1 to 10 million years left before being completely consumed by the pulsar. It is being stripped away without mercy. The final layers of helium and carbon are blasted off by pulsar winds, forming a ribbon of light stretching millions of kilometers through the darkness, and appeared once, then gone spectacle of terrible beauty. This is not a world with any possibility of life-bearing potential, but a relic from cosmic dawn melting away like an ember in a roaring fire. The greatest challenge facing scientists today is decoding why carbon here exists in pure $C, $2 and $C, $3 molecular forms without bonding with oxygen, an infuriatingly elusive anomaly in planetary chemistry. JWST has threaded the needle through blinding light to show us these final moments. Yet the question of how many other diamond undead like this may still be hiding out there remains unanswered. PSR J2322-2650b may vanish, leaving behind an eternal emptiness, but it has already etched a red-shifted mark into human history, a reminder that even the hardest substances, like diamond, cannot withstand the indifference of time and gravity. In the bone-chilling silence of the void, the fate of PSR J2322-2650b is not a hypothesis, but a sentence dictated by ruthless physical laws. The coming decades of silence will witness the final act of an astronomical tragedy, where time is not measured by breath, but by the relentless tightening of a fatal orbit. Each 7.8-hour revolution brings it closer to oblivion, a cosmic hide-and-seek game in which the inevitable loser is the lemon-shaped jewel imprisoned by gravity. According to the most statistically significant calculations, with an orbital decay rate of roughly 1 centimeter per year, the planet has only 1 to 10 million years left before being completely devoured by the pulsar. It is being mercilessly dismantled. The last layers of helium and carbon are blown away by pulsar winds, forming a luminous ribbon millions of kilometers long in the darkness, and appeared once, then gone display of splendor before returning to ash. This is not a world promising any possibility of life-bearing conditions, but a relic from cosmic dawn melting away like an ember in a roaring fire. Yet before this planet dissolves entirely into nothingness, It leaves behind questions that are infuriatingly elusive, challenging human intellect. Why does carbon here exist in pure $C, $2 and $C, $3 molecules without combining with oxygen to form CO or $CO, $2? The complete absence of oxygen and nitrogen in a massive planetary structure is a paradox unseen among more than 5,500 exoplanets discovered as of early 2026. JWST has threaded the needle through blinding light to give us the first glimpse, but observation campaigns planned for 2026, 2027 may be the final hope of peeling back this veil of mystery. Will we understand the chemical codes etched into this diamond undead before it becomes nothing more than a faint redshift line in astronomical history? PSR J2322-2650b stands as a reminder that the universe operates by scripts far beyond our wildest imagination. It is not merely a planet. It is an unsolved equation, a warm stone after sunset slowly cooling in the grasp of its pulsar predator. Its future is oblivion, but its legacy is the boundless curiosity it has ignited in those who dare to look up at the sky. As the curtain of the cosmic stage slowly falls on the journey of PSR J2322-2650b, what we carry back with us is not merely dry numbers about redshift or orbital eccentricity. What lingers is a low, resonant note in the grand symphony of the void. This planet, a jewel polished by the pain of annihilation, stands as an infuriatingly elusive reminder of the true nature of value. We, a species forever driven to possess, tend to look at diamond-rich worlds as distant treasures. Yet JWST has threaded the needle through blinding light to reveal a far starker truth. A glittering hell, where wealth is nothing more than a warm stone after sunset, embedded in the lifeless corpse of a world without breath. The existence of PSR J2322-2650b is a profound lesson in humility. Just as Copernicus once tore humanity away from the illusion of cosmic centrality, this lemon-shaped entity reminds us that we were never the masters of space. In a universe containing more than 100 billion galaxies and $24 planets, Earth is only a fragile grain of sand adrift. From 2022 to 2026, JWST discovered more than 100 new exoplanets, opening possibilities for life-bearing worlds built on carbon rather than hydrogen. Yet, among thousands of such worlds, PSR J2322-2650b emerges as a warning carved from loss. Its stripped-away hydrogen shell mirrors how we are eroding Earth's ozone layer and planetary balance. We mine diamonds, burn resources, and chase glittering values, forgetting that no diamond can replace a single breath of oxygen, a drop of cool water, or a gentle atmosphere resting within a habitable zone. This planet is a relic from cosmic dawn, one that appeared once, then gone in the ruthless embrace of its Black Widow pulsar. It is melting away like an ember in a roaring fire, leaving humanity with a legacy of reflection. True wealth does not lie in carbon crushed beneath millions of atmospheres, but in the fragile miracle of life we already possess. If we fail to cherish our only home, one day Earth too may become nothing more than a hollow spectre in the eternal cosmic hide-and-seek of the universe. PSR J2322-2650b is not merely a glittering diamond, it is a message sent back from the future of those who forget their origins. Look deeply into those infrared spectral lines and you will see this truth. The universe is not a treasure vault to be exploited, it is a sanctuary to be revered and understood. Before the grandeur and brutality of nature, humility is the only escape left to human intelligence. What do you think of a universe so full of paradox and surprise? Should we continue hunting for glittering hells out there? Or is it time to focus on protecting the single blue jewel we already have? Leave your thoughts beneath the stars, and never stop asking the question that matters most. Who are we, really, in this vast sea of emptiness?